Hello and welcome to Cali Legends Media. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for hitting those likes and for hyping the videos. It's really done a lot for my channel. Thank you very much. So this particular video is kind of a response video. I guess if you called it anything, it would be that, okay? And this is in regards to CHICANO tube, okay? He made a video, and I guess he has some questions about on the download. Do I have some type of beef or something, or some type of negativity going out towards him with my comments and stuff? I think everybody who has watched any of my videos or has seen me knows that I'm straightforward and very blunt regarding the things that I feel and about my opinion, okay? So if I really felt some particular way towards anybody, including CHICANO tube, they would know. You know, it would not be something that's questionable. It would be obvious, and yeah, I'd let it be known. Okay, now I know CHICANO tube has a habit of saying, "Oh, you know, this guy's all right. You know, I have respect. I'm going to do this respectfully, and this, that, and the other." But in his response video where I spoke about being Chicano, he had a different point of view and a different opinion, which is perfectly fine and all right. I understand people do. I know that. I knew that when I was doing that video. You know, my opinion's kind of a old school opinion, and there's a lot of videos out on the internet that say basically the same thing that I do regarding being a Chicano, okay, and the Chicano lifestyle and stuff, okay. But anyways, he did a video, and you know that little box he has that he's always pressing the laugh button and shot buttons, and where'd you get that, son, and all that shit on the box. You know, he talk about something that I said and how he feels different, and then he'd press the laugh button. In other words, making me the blunt of his joke. And I got to admit, when I first saw that video, I got a bit offended, not of what he was saying regarding being a Chicano, but the way he presented himself and the way he acted and the way he was, you know, pressing the laugh button, like making me the joke, you know. So I thought of doing a response video to that, but you know what? It wasn't that big a deal, and that's just the way he does things, you know. It just wasn't worth pursuing, in my opinion, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest. I've gotten a lot of people who have made comments regarding CHICANO tube, different little accusations and stuff, but I never said anything. I keep it to myself, you know, and whatever my subscribers would say, sometimes I would ask, hey, I'd like to know more. You know, do you have some paperwork or something? Because otherwise, then basically it's just somebody telling a story to me, okay? Now, I think what he's mostly referring to is High Power Fitness's claim that and asking people to stay tuned, that he has some good stuff coming up and like if he was going to pull some covers, And so I made a suggestion, and I had mentioned to High Power Fitness, hey man, just make sure you have the PW, So that was basically for both their sakes, both the Chicano tube, if he's the one that is going to be the blunt of that conversation, of the jokes and accusations, or whoever it's going to be, and for High Power Fitness, because coming out and saying something that somebody tells him is going to mean very little. He has to have, if it's going to be what he first of all accused Chicano Tube of doing, he has to have some paperwork, some proof, some documents, And so I said, yeah, I'd like to see that. If you got that, let me check it out. And I tell I've told several of people that have said things about this guy in my comment section that I'd like to know more, like they'll say, Chicano Tube, this, that, and the other. Oh, serio? Hey, I'd really like to know more about that. Yeah, I have said that. Because if people are saying something about somebody's character, somebody's behavior, and it doesn't coincide with the person that they're trying to portray on YouTube, I'll probably jump all over it, But it has to be something legit, And right now, Chicano Tube ain't that guy, People say that he did this, he did that, and the other, whatever they're saying. And like I say, but I would like to know more. I mean, you got paperwork, you got something, showing this. Otherwise, it means less, and basically, I wouldn't really want to speak on it, because I have no proof, and I'm not going to be saying things about somebody that they did in court or against a defendant or, there's some things that are obvious, somebody mentioned that he covered up all his neighborhood and everything. And so what, yeah, he did. He doesn't, I guess he doesn't claim his neighborhood no more or whatever. And that was his decision. Now, if he would have been from one of the large organizations, as we found out with Brown Bob, when he covered up what he covered up on his back, pertaining to the people that he ran with and to the things he was involved in, it got him unalived, even though he was going and talking to youth about the negative things that could come about living that life. He spoke at, I think it was the Mothers Against Gangs or whatever it was, something that the mothers had put together against violence and stuff. And, he was doing his thing to try to convince the younger people, the youth, to not get involved with that lifestyle. But when he covered up that thing on his back, things got serious for him, and he ended up being unalived there at his house, with his family inside. The people that were involved with that have been convicted, are in prison now doing time for it. It happened. It's very serious, and I know even if you're from my neighborhood and you do that, and without removing yourself, and you cover something up, like, you're going to be removed, for covering up something that had to do with your neighborhood. But I guess he's not involved no more. He covered all that up. They show it, or unless it was AI, which it could be, I don't know, But I seen a picture of him with the barrio insignias right here on his chest, and then now it's all covered with feathers. I don't know, and maybe that's okay where he's at and where he was from, or maybe he's just he's completely out of that already. The way that you separate yourself from that righteously and legally regarding a street life, and that's by getting jumped out and yeah. Then I mean, who would say anything about you covering up your neighborhood? But besides that, there's been whispers and talk about all this stuff, and to me, it carries very little weight. It carries very little weight because there's no proof. And so whenever somebody says something, yes, I am interested. I'm curious. And, like if you have something in black and white, hey, shoot it. You know, I'm sure a lot of people would be relieved to know whether this stuff was real or not. But as it stands, it's all just talk, nothing but talk, And but as far as wishing anything bad on Chicano Tube or I got some beef with him or anything, aside from that video and all that laughing and capping part, I got over that and I have no beef. If I had a beef, I'm trying to remember your name, but Chicano Tube, if I had a beef, you would know I have a beef with something you said or something you done. And, I'd make it clear. Not innuendos, not talking behind your back or anything, I'd probably try to give you a call, and if I couldn't get in touch with you that way, then yeah, I'd probably do a video, Some things don't belong on YouTube, as you guys have seen. I've done videos on things that I shouldn't have, but I had no choice. No way of getting a hold of somebody, even going knocking on their door did any good. So it is what it is, And besides that, I usually answer things on YouTube that happen on YouTube, like this particular response I'm doing with this Chicano Tube thing. So as far as I'm concerned, go watch Chicano Tube, man. Subscribe to his channel. Give him some support. He's doing the damn thing. And until it's otherwise proven, he's good on the yard. As far as the YouTube yarda game. Yeah. So yeah, of course, when somebody's gonna say something or has said something, I say, yeah, you got something, you got some paperwork or something, you got some proof. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of weedy. Anyways, I know Chicano Tube knew this, but it's about. I think it's about getting some views. It seems like videos with my name involved kind of raises curiosity, and people tend to watch more, and that's cool. It does me good. It does good to promote my channel and really what I'm trying to do with my channel. So anyways, this is my video for today, people. It is what it is. If I do see some paperwork or something that's look, put it this way. If there's something bad enough for him to speak about, then it must be bad enough for it to go on YouTube. So other than that, yeah, I don't have no beef with this guy. And yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I can't make it any clearer why I said the things I said, why I asked the things I asked, and why I do the things I do. With that said, people, God bless you and your families. Stay free, people. Stay out from behind them walls. Stay out of politics. Stay out of all of that stuff, man. That'll get you caught up in a way that you just can't shake it loose, unless you do something cowardice, and go to the other side and lock it up. If you sign up for the game and you're playing the game in prison, then you're in the game. If you go out that way, it means what it means. That's why it's better, don't go to prison. Stay out of that life. Live your life. Enjoy this beautiful life we have out here and all the things that we have out here to enjoy, people. That being said, don't forget to hit that like or that hype button, and I hope to see you on the next video. Gracias.